So in my new ebook, 5 Ways to Flip $5,000 in Real Estate, I gave you 5 actionable ways you can invest in real estate and flip your money. And so today I'm going to do a deep dive into 2 of those ways because you deserve it and I want you to take action. So if you've got some money in the bank, follow me into this video and let me show you how to flip it in real estate. My name is Miss Sinclair, Feminine Boss CEO, life coach and entrepreneur. And today we are breaking down multiple ways where you can take $5,000, put it in real estate and flip it and watch your money grow. The reason why this is so important is as a woman, we want to set up our lives so that regardless of what happened in this crazy world and with our crazy relationships and just the way the world works, right? We want to position ourselves so that we have some strong foundation so that we can always take care of ourselves and live a soft life. If you're stressing over where your money is coming from, over where you're living, how you're feeding yourself, then you cannot live in ease. You cannot live a soft life. You cannot live in abundance because you are constantly under pressure. You are constantly in the survival mindset. And so real estate has just been one of those proven avenues by millions of people to be that source of foundation and protection for their wealth, for their income, and for their future. And so in my ebook, 5 Ways to Flip $5,000 in Real Estate, I discuss flipping your money by purchasing real estate. You can purchase a home, you can purchase land, you can purchase real estate investments, you can do group investing, and you can even become a real estate agent. And I'll give you a story about how I purchased my first property with $0 to the closing table. 0, okay? I didn't have to bring any money to the closing table and I was able to purchase my first property. So we're gonna get into it right now. Okay, so in my last YouTube video, I actually ran down step by step how you can find and purchase land in order to invest, in order to flip, in order to hold for equity, in order to hold for a profit. Okay, you can take the money that you have today and start investing in assets that are going to give you a return. Okay, a lot of the times we put our monies in banks and we want to hold on to them, but they are not generating more money for us. They're dormant, they're sitting, they're bored, they want to work for you, right? Your money wants to grow for you. Your money wants to splurge for you. And the only way that you're going to do that is if you make wise decisions about where you put your money. And I mean, real estate is hands down undeniable. They're not making any more land. So when you purchase land, you are almost guaranteed to have an increase in value. As long as you look out for, certain things on the land, making sure that it is a good piece of land. And I talk about how to qualify land in my ebook. So make sure that you guys go to thefemininiboss.com and grab your ebook and start investing today. During the pandemic, I had a goal to purchase my first real estate property, and this goal was just so special to me. It was really taking a stab at becoming independent, at building a foundation for myself, at realizing my dreams and being secure, and real estate has just been such an exciting journey for me. After the pandemic, I dived straight into real estate. I became a licensed real estate agent in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm actually licensed to practice anywhere in Georgia, but the Metro Atlanta area is just the closest to me. But I do travel outwards an hour, 2 hours, depending on the investment and depending on my client, okay? And so when I became a real estate agent, I had one goal in mind: how can I get a property? Then I started to learn about negotiation skills. I started to learn about appreciation values. I started to learn about different things in the industry that can position me to actually not have to pay much for a property. So I was focused on at least getting enough money saved up from closing deals so that I can have money for my down payment, for my ancillary fees, such as your inspection fees, appraisal fees, any other type of inspections that you need for your property. If it's an investment property, you might need other things like a survey, land test, but I just needed enough money to get me to the closing table, okay? And I had a very wise strategy, and I'm so thankful that I learned this by being a real estate agent. So after I closed a couple of deals, I had enough money to bring to the table. And I already knew that with my budget of the type of home that I was gonna get, it was gonna be an investment property. So I was gonna buy low, hold, and renovate over a 2 or 3 year period in order to see an increase in my equity. And so I knew that with this budget, the house was going to need some work. The house was going to need to be built on, right? It wasn't gonna be a fabulous first home, and that's another thing. I want to advise any first home buyers out there to purchase a property that you can afford, right? You want to make sure that your monthly payments is going to be something that you can afford. That's the most important thing. Just get the real estate and then figure out how to flip it and how to make money and profit off of it. So in looking for a property, I had my budget of about $200,000, and I found a property. And being a real estate agent, I was able to learn how to negotiate closing costs from my seller. And so when I did that, pretty much all of my closing costs were paid. I found a 0% down payment loan, so I did not have to pay for a down payment. And the only fees I really had to pay for was my inspection fees and my home appraisal fee. And so I was able to go to the closing table with no money out of my pocket. There was earnest money involved. So when you find a property and you identify this property, the first thing you want to do is put down some earnest money to show that you are serious. Okay, so that was about maybe $1,000 or so. You want to put down 1 to 2%. And then the rest was history. And so I still had cash in the bank to invest in my property, make it move-in ready, and do some cosmetic repairs to the home. And so that is one way that you can go into real estate as an agent and walk out with a house, within a year's time. And that's exactly what I did. Fast forward to today, my property is income producing. I actually manage Airbnb through that property. So the house is pretty much paying for itself, and money that I make from my additional streams of income, I am able to save that and build it in order to make another investment. And I'm looking for another investment property right now. And I just want you to know how attainable real estate is. I'm a girl from Brooklyn, New York. Growing up, I never thought about being a homeowner. Like, I just was happy sitting on a stoop in Brooklyn, in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. We didn't talk about home ownership. We were okay with renting. It was a societal norm for people to just rent for their entire lives. And so when I learned about real estate, it just gave me so much comfort and ease to know that this house can be in my family for a lifetime. I never really have to get rid of it. I can always make passive income from it. I can pull out equity and use that money for other things. And it's just an asset that can continue to pour into me and my family. And so I want to encourage everyone to get in a position to invest in real estate. Wherever you are, you can do it. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions or in order to strategize, because it is possible. I think a lot of us, sometimes we don't want to make the sacrifice of, maybe living uncomfortably for a while, controlling our finances, being aware of how we're spending our money. Saving is a big thing. So I think that it just takes some discipline and some time, a little bit of education and some guidance, and anyone can invest in real estate and just have more security for the future. A lot of us, we just live in the moment. We live for now. We live for today. And, we're only getting older. And so, it's about time that we start thinking the longevity of our lives and how we can live a comfortable and financially abundant future. And you don't need a lot of real estate to do that. You can acquire 2 or 3 properties. You can acquire a property every 2 years. And, in 6 years, you have 3 properties and you can just live a little easier. You could just breathe a little easier. You have passive money coming in. You have assets that are accumulating equity that you can use for other things. And it's just so important that we talk more about this, and that more importantly, we take action. So thank you guys for joining me on another episode with The Feminine Boss CEO. Visit www.thefeminine.boss for any of my resources, and feel free to reach out to me if you want to talk more about real estate and get a plan together and start investing today.